Are you looking for the best floor standing speaker? In this video, we will look at some of the best floor standing speaker on the market. Before we get started with our video, number 1. Recently Klipsche has revamped their Reference Premier series, now in its 7th generation, and they sent us the successor to the original RP8000F named the RP8000F2. While the same basic design remains the same, some important details have been changed, and the price has also been substantially raised. In these times of rising inflation, the price hike is understandable, but what are we given in return? Has the RP8000F been significantly improved, or is the RP8000F2 just a coat of paint on the original? Let's dig in to find out. The RP8000F2 is not a small floor standing speaker, but it isn't huge either. It can be had in two finishes, ebony or walnut. We received the ebony pair, which has a black wood grain veneer except for the front baffle, which has a satin black finish. The wood grain is really a vinyl imitation, but it is not apparent unless given a very close inspection. The satin black baffle serves as a nice contrast against Klipsche's trademarked copper metallic cones. The frame of the cones has a copper ring around them, and there is a copper ring within the tractrix horn. These rings add a nice bit of refinement. There is a slight chamfer around the edges which helps to give the RP8000F2 a slightly softer and sleeker look. There is a copperish Klipsche badge in the lower part of the speaker with or without the grill. The top front of the speaker is almost completely taken up by the waveguide for the tweeter, and the geometry from a squared waveguide to a round one as it moves inward adds an interesting visual element. The grill hides all of this copper, and with the grill on, the RP8000F2 just looks like a tall black box with a slight backward lean. The feet are black aluminum rails that give the speaker its slight backward tilt. Number 2. Speaker Series. Audioholics reviewed the big dog of that set, the Prime Tower, and we quite liked what SVS had produced at the top of that speaker series. It was a not insubstantial speaker as a three-way tower with two 6.5 woofers, a 4.5 mid-range, and a 1-inch dome tweeter. For most people, a design like that would pack more punch than they would ever normally use. Yet here, 4 years later, SVS has launched an even more powerful line-topping speaker for the Prime series, in the aptly named Prime Pinnacle Tower. Along with being more powerful than the Prime Tower, it is also quite a bit more expensive. What compelled SVS to produce an even more potent tower speaker to lead the Prime series? That is the question we will attempt to answer today in our review. SVS sent us a pair of Pinnacle speakers, and now we will see what the Pinnacle brings to the table as the new head of their Prime speaker series. More acoustic firepower is always welcome, but is there any other advantage that the Prime Pinnacle has to justify its existence? Let's dig in. The Prime Pinnacle speakers arrived at my home in a sturdy box with styrofoam pieces protecting the top, bottom, and middle. In my experience, styrofoam isn't a great packing material, but SVS has encased the end pieces in cardboard that can hold them together if they do break. That should help, but the use of polyethylene foam would offer better protection against harsh shipping. The speakers were wrapped in a soft cotton bag that protects it from scuffs and scratches, and an outer plastic bag that protects it from moisture. Once out of their packing, the Prime Pinnacle speakers are revealed to be attractive in an understated way. I received the Prime Pinnacles in the gloss black finish, which, in my opinion, looks much nicer and more high-end than the black ash finish. For a modest $200 per pair upcharge for the gloss black, it is a no-brainer. The gloss black looks far more luxurious and is well worth the extra cost. The only reason I can think of not to get gloss black is if the speaker is going to be placed near a projection screen where the light reflections from the shiny finish can degrade image quality. Number 3. The 1-inch soft dome tweeter provides smooth, refined high frequencies, with two 5-inch polyfiber woofers for balanced, cinematic low end. The integrated waveguide focuses the high-frequency sound for dynamic, true-to-life reproduction, while the front firing tube port allows for better low-frequency extension with placement flexibility. Elegant metal fasteners atop the cabinet provide a chic, modern industrial look, but also serve as a connection point for the S8 ATM Dolby Atmos elevation speaker. This patent-pending design allows for all of the wire connections on the back of the floorstander, avoiding unsightly and messy speaker wire going all the way up to the Atmos module, for cinematic, completely immersive Dolby Atmos sound while preserving the beautiful aesthetic of the JMO Studio 8 series. The new JMO Studio 8 series has been completely reimagined to live seamlessly in modern, premium environments. Contemporary material and finish choices accentuate the clean, minimalist lines of this European design, while the compact cabinet designs are an ideal solution for urban living environments around the world. Front-firing tube port improves low-frequency extension while maximizing placement options. Fully magnetic grille for premium look and feel with wood accents that give a handcrafted, natural aesthetic. Number 4. Few speakers have garnered such critical acclaim as the original debut series by ELAC. They established a new value proposition, with build quality and performance never before attainable at such an affordable price. Debut changed the game, and now it's changed again with the Debut 2.0 series, proof that ELAC can't leave well enough alone. Redesigned from the ground up, they sound even more remarkable than the speakers that sparked the revolution in high-end sound. A new silk dome tweeter features a wide roll surround and takes response up to 35,000 Hz for even more lifelike high frequencies. The waveguide improves directivity control and eliminates the diffraction modes inherent in traditional box enclosures. The revised shape of the aramid cone offers even greater stiffness and damping, far superior to polypropylene or paper. The added strength allows more flexibility in design to achieve a smoother, extended low-frequency response. Thick MDF cabinets with a luxurious black ash vinyl finish are larger, and internally braced for greater stiffness and strength, greatly reducing cabinet vibrations which cause unwanted coloration. On the bookshelf and center channel, moving the base port to the front of the cabinet means placement against walls or in bookshelves won't compromise performance. Number 5. The stunningly beautiful KLH Kendall Floorstanding speaker, aptly named after Kendall Square in Cambridge, Massachusetts, the birthplace of KLH, is our flagship electrodynamic three-way bass reflex loudspeaker. It features woven Kevlar drivers with powder-coated die-cast aluminum baskets, braided tinsel leads, custom-designed crossovers, an anodized aluminum tweeter with linear response faceplate, and much more, all in real wood veneers. The Kendall loudspeaker effortlessly reproduces the artist's original soundtrack recording with such astonishing natural detail and deep visceral bass, that you will swear you're sitting at a live concert venue. 3-way bass reflex system with 2x6.5 woven Kevlar bass drivers, 1x5.25 woven Kevlar mid bass driver, and a high-performance 1-inch anodized aluminum tweeter with a linear response faceplate. Butyl rubber surrounds and braided tinsel leads on all drivers. Real wood veneers, black oak, American walnut. 3/4 MDF construction featuring custom-designed internal low-resonance driver chambers and bracing optimized through finite element analysis. Powder-coated die-cast aluminum driver baskets, featuring oversized magnets for superior control and output. Brushed aluminum tweeter faceplate and driver fascia. Dual 5-way binding posts. Custom multi-element crossovers with high-grade components to ensure smooth and natural transition between drivers. Black satin MDF base for additional stability is needed. Chrome-plated steel spikes or rubber feet for proper decoupling. Magnetic grills featuring a custom honeycomb design with no visible fasteners for durability and a flawless appearance. Sensitivity, 96 decibels. Frequency response, 25 Hz - 23 kHz plus or minus 3 decibels. Power handling, 250 watts. Impedance, 8 ohms. Crossover points, 800 Hz and 2.5 kHz. Dimensions, 40 inches by 7.75 by 14.75, HXWXD.